We have a treat for you, a peek inside a $12 million mansion. The guy who built it says he left home as a teenager with just $50 in his pocket.
2020 continues.
Meet a builder who's given big a whole new meaning. Martin Bashir found him sitting on the top of the world at the top of the market.
Florida's Gold Coast, and home to some of the most expensive real estate in the world. It's also the playground of one of America's most brazen risk-takers. Frank McKinney, the self-proclaimed king of the mega mansion. 20 million, 50 million, that he's building in the face of a declining market. But McKinney is unafraid. McKinney seems to be taking the biggest risk imaginable with his approach to real estate. That's because he builds entirely on speculation.
I'm not a guy who sits in a concrete, glass and chrome office and barks out orders. I mean, I'm in here every day making sure that the finest of details are put into these houses.
To ensure he finds a buyer, Frank McKinney invests in elaborate marketing strategies. He'll stop at nothing for a sale, willing to risk life and limb. To launch a recent property, he launched himself and a motorcycle over a replica of the first home he'd ever sold. He also choreographed a pirate show, fit for Las Vegas, armed with a sword and in front of real estate agents representing some of the richest people in the world.
I was the good pirate, and I was battling the Blackbeard, who was the evil pirate. Obviously, good prevails always over evil. The veil drops, the explosions take place. You can dislike my pirate costume, you can dislike the way I wear my hair, but the true show starts when you walk in the front door of that house.
Welcome, everybody, to the finest oceanfront home in all the land.
Who on earth is going to buy this?
All it takes is one. All I need is one, and there's going to be the one.
What would you say to some people looking at your properties who might be tempted to think they are monstrosities? They're huge, gargantuan, vulgar.
Well, typically those are the people that aren't my buyers.
This is Extreme Miami Hotspots.
You know, I've been all over the world. I've been to many places. I've seen many, many spectacular homes, but this home takes the cake.
Meet Frank. Don't let the hair fool you. He's not a rock star. He actually designs and builds homes for the uber rich.
I'm a doer. I go out and do. I don't talk about it. I make it happen. I'm not going to follow headlines. I'm going to make them. That Aquiliana house you saw, that's the world's largest and most expensive certified green home.
News Channel 5's Chandra Bill goes inside his $29 million eco-friendly mansion.
I think one of the things I'm most proud of is we've been able to prove that you can build a beautiful home and be environmentally responsible at the same time.
Real estate. Enormous fortunes are created with this tangible commodity. And the lifestyle of a real estate millionaire is intoxicating. Millions want a piece of the action, and thousands have benefited from it. But nobody has done it Maverick style quite like Frank McKinney. Frank McKinney, the Maverick, daredevil, real estate entrepreneur, and best-selling author.
Who has accomplished so many amazing things. He's a philanthropist, he's a real estate mogul, he is an author.
On the cover of my book, The Tap.
I think it is an amazing book.
Frank McKinney is a real estate mogul who says that we can still make money even in this housing market. He just wrote the book called Burst This.
Dead Fred is set in Delray Beach and centers around the life of 13-year-old Peaky, who discovers talking manatee and evil prehistoric shark.
I wanted to do 3 different genres, write them at the same time, and release them on the same day.
Why the same day? Why was that such a...
Because it hadn't been done before.
Frank McKinney has rocketed from selling $40,000 junker homes to creating $40 million mansions, completely on spec. USA Today calls Frank McKinney the king of ready-made dream homes, and the Wall Street Journal knows him as the real estate rock star.
There's 50,000 people in the entire world out of 7 billion that can afford what I do for a living.
Donald Trump writes of Frank McKinney in his new book. Frank McKinney looks like a cross between a rock star and a surfer, but that's Frank's style, and he's very successful. Frank McKinney has built a mega successful life that has allowed him to have it all: fame, fortune, family, and philanthropy.
In Haiti right now, we're building a village for 900 people, and we're a little short. We want to build that village by the end of the year.
Initially, we wanted to do this around the world, different locales, Honduras, Jamaica, Nicaragua. But seeing what we've seen here today, there's no sense in going anywhere else.
Badwater 2009, and I'm excited to be back to make my fourth attempt at finishing the toughest foot race in the world, out there in the desert, suffering a little for those who are suffering a lot in Haiti and the other countries that the Clearinghouse is working in.
We now have 86 competitors in the world's toughest foot race. Rockstar Frank McKinney.
Like a true maverick, Frank McKinney has blazed his way through the successes of real estate on his own paths.
It wasn't long ago that I came to Florida with $50 in my pocket and no plan other than I'm going to listen to what I think God's trying to tell me to do, and I'm going to apply the abilities that He's given me, and I'm going to succeed. It wasn't long ago that that's where I was, digging sand traps on a golf course.